Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Wednesday, April 7th, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, protest action on the streets of St. George's Wednesday as ACB Caribbean strike escalates and public officers continue to push for their 4%. Dr. Wendy C. Grenade highlights what she believes COVID-19 uncovered as part of the 6th annual Carol Bristol Lecture Series. Barbadian Petra Roach appointed Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority. Former Tourism Director William Joseph joins us live to talk about the employment of non-Grenadians and the debate it stirs. In around the globe, IMF predicting firmer footing and stronger than expected global recovery. And in a new grim record, Brazil surpasses 4,000 daily COVID deaths. Coming up in sports, Grenada Table Tennis Association observes World Table Tennis Day. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. A powerful message is being sent out to the new owners of RBTT Bank, which has been rebranded to ACB Caribbean. A show of solidarity by members of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union family was given to workers on Wednesday as their struggle continues. Jared Joseph has the details.
A sample of what the management of ACB Caribbean can expect if the issue between the company and employees remains unresolved. Several members of the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union joined the now daily protest action by bank employees in a show of solidarity for the continued struggle.
Well, we're hoping that with the presence of other organizations here today, we're hoping that the management understand that the struggle is not just for the workers of RBTT, and that if need be, that other organizations are prepared to assist the workers to ensure that they get what is due to them.
Well, one of the strong points of the union is solidarity, because the thing is about you never know when your turn will come. So it's always good that you're able to give support to other workers for a just cause.
President General of GTAU, Senator Andrew Lewis, says it's not their intent to bring further hardships to Grenadians, but to get the industrial matters resolved.
But because this matter has been prolonged, and because the Antiguans found it necessary to walk into our territory, well, this matter is outstanding. Total disregard and disrespect for us. We have shown just a sample, small sample of what is likely to happen.
Senator Lewis says the decision to show the strength and support of the GTAU family was made on Tuesday.
Although Grand Lake workers are there, airport workers are there, SG workers are there, Grenada Breweries workers are there, and Nawasa workers are there, we have not called out the mass amount of workers. Neither have we called out workers that will impact on the operations of these companies. So although these are essential services workers, we did not call out the critical workers to come out.
The union leader says he welcomes the response by the bank workers in their consistent struggle for what they deserve.
We have had some exchange of correspondence with the company over the weekend with a view to try to resolve the matter, and we are waiting to see where that goes. Yes, but in the meantime, the positive is that we have the deep solidarity of our members and the commitment of the bank workers, who is predominantly women, female, but a deep resolve to pursue that struggle for what is rightfully theirs.
On Tuesday, the bank's new owners stated that they have retained sole responsibility for the outstanding labor dispute. We have also ensured that any and all severance entitlements that may be finally determined due and payable are secured in an escrow fund in a segregated account, the ACB Caribbean statement said. Louis says they look forward to a settlement, though highlighting his concern by the intense national industrial struggle in the country and the solidarity being shown on Wednesday, dubbed National Red Day. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Meanwhile, Alan Bazinski, a customer of the institution for many years, is not impressed with the manner in which the Labor Minister, Peter David, has dealt with the situation.
Meanwhile, one customer of the recently branded ACB Caribbean Bank is not satisfied with the way issues are being handled by the Labour Minister. Alan Bazinski, customer of the institution for many years, believes Labour Minister Peter David should be more forceful on the entity's management in settling workers' plight.
The Honourable Minister of Labour has made it clear that this situation is not the same as when Scotiabank sold its assets and transferred its liabilities to Republic Bank. Now, if the minister knows that the situation is not the same, it appears to me that the minister has the legal authority, all attempts at mediation having failed, to mandate the appointment of an arbitrator, the award of which will be binding on both parties according to the collective bargaining agreement, which since 1999 under the Industrial Relations Act has the force of law. It is binding on both parties, and it is time that the minister does what he is supposed to do.
Bazinski says he has seen the bank gone through many changes, and this is not the first name change.
The Bank of Commerce is the legal entity which is the predecessor to the current arrangements. But it is important to note that the bank previously changed its name from Grenada Bank of Commerce to RBTT Bank Grenada Limited. It wasn't that the company was sold, only some of the shares changed hands. The rest of the shares remain in the hands of the National Insurance Scheme, the Port Authority, and over 1,300 Grenadians. And it is these people who are the stakeholders who apparently have been ignored.
Over 1 year, employees and GTAU have been struggling to resolve this matter, which resulted in industrial actions outside the bank's location in Grandance under the then brand and management RBTT Grenada Limited. The entity last Friday was rebranded, handing over management to ACB Caribbean. The new management began operation on Tuesday, April 6th, without any resolve. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
The public sector unions took another swing at their employer on Wednesday as they marched in protest on the non-payment of the 4% increase in salaries. Unlike the first protest in March, which saw hundreds of public officers flooding the streets of St. George's and the rerouting of traffic, this time there were only minor disturbances in traffic. We get
After being accused of breaking protocols and engaging in carnival-like activities in the last protest march just around 2 weeks ago, the public sector unions have responded with single-file lines and spacing between protesters. Taking on a similar route, the public officers marched from the Greenwich area onto the town of St. George before detouring towards the financial complex on the Carnage. The drums were rolling and horns honking despite the inclement weather and the blockade of policemen at the main entrance of the financial complex. President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, leading the line with GT President Jude Bartholomew, had a message for the public.
Yes, this march is for more than the 4%. The 4% is absolutely important, like the leaders of the trade union movement have stated and the workers have stated, the rank and file have stated. But this march is also for law and order in this country. We are doing it properly. We have our social distancing, everybody is wearing their mask and so forth. But I want the Grenadian people to really observe what is taking place in the country. Look at what is taking place with Sister Gemma Bain Thomas. A court rule, judiciary rule. The government flouted that judgment. Look at the situation with public officers and the unions. We have a collective bargaining agreement that was negated also. Look what is happening with the TAU and the people at the bank, formerly RBTT. They have to be outside in the rain now fighting for their rights. The administration has allowed the transition in ownership, despite the fact that they know Grenadian workers are suffering. This is what is happening. So this march is not just for the 4%, it's for law and order and for the rebirth of institutions in this country and the respect for institutions. This is what it is.
Grimes explains the symbolism of public servants wearing red.
The significance of red is for the blood of the martyrs that has spilled before in the fight for workers' rights in the past, and it symbolizes the passion we as leaders and rank and file members have for our rights and the Constitution and all the things related to social and economic justice in our country.
Quizzed on whether the unions will be hosting any more activities this week, the union leader says the form of struggle remains to be seen as their rights as workers continue to be eroded daily. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The COVID-19 crisis, reimagining new pathways for the Caribbean, was the theme chosen for the 6th annual Carol Bristol Distinguished Lecture Series. Dr. Wendy Grenade was the featured speaker for this year's lecture series. Here's Gerard Joseph with the details.
During her address, political scientist Dr. Wendy Grenade says the current moment is by far the most defining in modern history, with an opportunity to reflect on our Caribbean condition since independence. Dr. Grenade, who is the department head of government, sociology, social work and psychology at UWI Cable campus, says disruption has been the historical norm for us in the Caribbean.
Perhaps this moment of disruption presents an opportunity for us as Caribbean people to more intentionally organize in the interests of our own lives.
Dr. Grenade says business entities will have to remake themselves, while leadership in the context of uncertainty is the new normal. Strategic leadership, she adds, now includes the ability to see beyond the obvious, having an instinct for adaptability and nimbleness, while leaders become transformative in their thinking and skillful in their actions.
Now, many of us long to return to normal, but we have to grapple with some ways in which normal has failed us. For instance, normal generated gender injustices. You may ask, what did COVID-19 meet? It met a world that was characterized by the feminization of poverty, which is the concentration of poverty among women, particularly female-headed households. COVID-19 also met a gendered division of labor and the sticky flow syndrome, where many women are stuck in low-paying, non-unionized jobs, unable to make ends meet.
The political scientist says a major lesson is disrupting the DNA effects of our political economy, noting the Caribbean's overdependence on tourism.
Now that is the normal we cannot afford to go back to. The challenge is to disrupt the almost total overdependence on tourism, given the extreme fragility and vulnerability of the travel and tourism industry.
Dr. Grenade noted that since independence, tourism has been the main driver for Caribbean countries, says there is now an urgency to overhaul policy in regards to tourism to make it more sustainable. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is news at 7. Coming up, Barbadian Petra Roach appointed Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority. Former Tourism Director William Joseph joins us live to talk about the employment of non-Grenadians and the debate it stirs. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly kites near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple?
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Never fly kites near the power lines. If your kite ever gets tangled, do not attempt to remove it on your own. A message from Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Introducing Color by Seasons. 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 Color by Seasons.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The board of the Grenada Tourism Authority has selected a new chief executive officer. Long-standing Barbadian tourism professional Petra Roach will now head the organization as Grenada looks to make new waves in the international tourism market. Details in this Trelawna Charles report.
Barbadian tourism executive Petra Roach has been hired as the new chief executive officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority. Roach will be the third CEO since the GTA's establishment 7 years ago and the third successive non-Grenadian to hold the position. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority Barry Collymore made the announcement during Wednesday morning's post-cabinet press briefing.
We have hired a new chief executive officer. Her name is Petra Roach, and she is a fantastic international marketer. The hiring of Ms. Roach will mean that for the first time, the GTA is led by an international marketer. We are a international marketing organization, and the board thought that rather than an admin person and leading the GTA, that we needed somebody who was very, very strong with international marketing.
As the first international marketer to ever lead the organization, Roach is expected to greatly impact the GTA's operations.
The GTA is reorganizing, refocusing, working very closely with the GHTA and all the tourism stakeholders, the airlift committee and so on, to put Grenada's tourism on a different path and to have a situation where tourism.
Roach, who has had a distinguished career and has been the face of Barbados in global tourism markets, will be leaving the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. after 26 years on June 30. Roach is the second Barbadian CEO to take the position at the Grenada Tourism Authority. On the 2nd of December 2016, Rudy Grant concluded his tenure as Chief Executive Officer after serving for almost 3 years. Patricia Moore was then appointed on the 19th of December 2016 until late last year. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
Now, eyebrows are usually raised whenever a non-national is appointed to senior positions within the government or on quasi-government entities. Today, we saw the announcement of a Barbadian to head the Grenada Tourism Authority. Tonight, our analyst on the GTA's appointment is none other than former Tourism Director, Mr. William Joseph. Welcome, sir.
Good evening to you, and thanks.
Now, in the midst of a pandemic, the tourism industry on life support, loss of jobs, especially within the tourism sector, government crying for revenue shortfall leading to its inability to pay public officers 4% salary increase, and now the employment of Petra Roach as GTA CEO. What say you?
Well, there isn't going to be any magic wand in effect with that appointment. In fact, in some respects, it's a very saddening development, not simply because of the nationality, and, in tourism and so on, the cultural identity of the players in key positions is often a very important issue. But I would say this to begin, and recruitment errors are very costly to organizations. That's established. And as you've adverted to, we've had 2 or so appointments since the GTA was established at the level of CEO, each of which were short-lived, one-term appointments. That indicates to my mind, without more, that there are problems there, recruitment errors, and I'm not sure that this new appointment is going to remedy that. You know, I listened to the rationale advanced by the chairman, and really and truly, to me, it is untenable because, and when applied, it means that it would automatically disqualify Grenadian talent and competence that would not have had an opportunity to work in a marketing context overseas. I say it in that way, and I don't put up any guardrails because of two factors. One is that there is a marketing manager at the authority itself. And as far as I understand it, in each of the important source markets, in fact, marketing specialists are hired. So I don't know what additional marketing strength is needed as such in the context of the CEO. What is critical there is the muscle you bring to the marketplace, and that muscle is often defined in money terms, really, money terms. So, you know, that's my initial view of it.
So are you saying that, as Mr. Collymore mentioned, who's of course also Barbadian, and referencing the CEO, the previous CEO of GTA, Rudy Grant, who was also Barbadian, are you saying that Mr. Collymore's justifications for hiring Ms. Roach as, you know, her marketing qualifications, do you think that that is sufficient, or the role requires more?
It doesn't stand up, really. It is useful, but it ought not to determine the selection, really. The fact that someone might have worked in a marketing context overseas. And the question of Mr. Collymore's chair of the GTA, I make a comment regarding that, and it's very important. It might well be connected with the problem that we're experiencing. Now, it's what I describe as irresponsible governance. Irresponsible governance. You have, as chairman of the Tourism Authority, someone who is the employee of an individual who has vested interest in the tourism sector. So every basic governance principle is now at risk. You see, and so the more we have that in Grenada, the more we are left with a situation where you have a number of political clients enjoying political comforts. And we polish that and we say CEO and we say chairman of board and so on. But really, it's a very crude model and it's really not good for governance. So, you know, it bothers me, but I'm not surprised.
Understood. Now, Mr. Joseph, you once served as director of the now defunct Grenada Board of Tourism. Since the establishment of the GTA 7 years ago, we've seen, as you mentioned, 3 CEOs, non-Grenadian-born citizens. Why do you think we haven't had a Grenadian CEO?
Well, that is a question that I can answer. It has alarmed me that the authorities, those with the decision-making power, have not seen it fit to find a suitable Grenadian to fill the role. There must be in our midst, whether here at home or in the Grenadian diaspora, competent and able Grenadians who could execute that function successfully. You see, it is a system. The thing does not depend on a single individual and his or her individual efforts. It's a system, and therefore it means that various players need to come together to make the thing work. And the CEO is there to ensure that all of these players and all of the several contributions maximize to produce the benefits to Grenada that our country and all of the people of Grenada need in terms of tourism's role in the national economy.
Right. So my final question to you, does it really matter if the CEO is Grenadian or not, or is it more so the skill sets? Which do you think is most important in this case?
The skill set is important. It's important. But tourism is a special kettle of fish. And it brings to the fore the question of the cultural connection between the person heading the organization and the marketplace. You know, you are fronting in Grenada in 50 years after independence with what are you really doing? You know, so I don't want to be narrow-minded, but I do think that the nationality issue ought never to be discounted or trivialized in the context of making these appointments and simply to go at the first cut of someone, you know, you're having marketing experience, having worked in England for some time. It's really untenable in my view.
Okay. In the interest of full disclosure, I am a former employee of the Grenada Tourism Authority as well. So thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Joseph.
My pleasure. Wonderful.
Thank you. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelana Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Protest action continues over employee benefits in front of what was RBCT Bank and is now ACB Caribbean. President General of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andre Lewis, said they have received no word from the bank and are concerned that the rebranding was allowed to occur during an industrial dispute.
What I do know, we must express our very deep concern that in the middle of an industrial dispute, that the Antigua Commercial Bank saw it fit to come into Grenada to operate. Taking into account that the government of Grenada gave us its commitment that the change in ownership will not be allowed to operate pending the resolution of the industrial matters.
Our online audience gave their opinions on the situation. Jose commented, "Why don't Grenadians start taking out their monies from the bank in support of the workers? Then the bank will negotiate. They will have no choice. Hit them where it hurts." He then added, "Banks are in business to make a profit and they use the customers' monies to invest and make millions from your own monies in savings and checking. So the banks need you customers more than ever. Please support the bank workers. Pull out the cash." Another individual commented, "Perhaps these foreign-based companies and the private sector is following the example set by the administration by just not honoring legal agreement signed with workers." Romel commented, "The new owners could say they don't know about that matter. The union should have gone to the court to put a freeze on their assets." Diane added, "So all Grenadians should stop dealing with this bank until they honor their commitments with the Grenadian workers." And Darrell commented, "You can rebrand all you want, but you bought the company with the issues regarding staff and are obligated to live up to the terms that were in place. Show some integrity for a change. So tired of the disrespect shown to the workers of Grenada." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN ISAW lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision. Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It's
It's not wine, nor is it sugarcane juice. It is water from the pipe. Tonight's ISO reporter sent us this video. Showing an individual catching water from a pipe in the St. Paul's area. Can't drink it because it's dirty. Can't wash your dirty hands with it because it's dirty too. Look at it. What can you do with such water? Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp 405-3052 or through our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, we'll tell you about the latest report surrounding plans to address the Molyneux land slippage. This is news at 7.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
There are those who say they care, and then there is Jediah's Pharmacy, conveniently located at the front entrance of the Brew Street Mall, right next to a Riser Credit Union. We offer premium quality products and services, and when you need us, we are there, offering you around-the-clock service, Mondays to Fridays, 7:30 to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 9 until 7 p.m., and Sundays, 10 until 2. At Jediah's Pharmacy, we show care with a beautiful smile. Call us today at 440-5342. The number again, 440-5342. Jediah's Pharmacy, affordable and totally dependable.
Waity Virtual Bingo! And the next one's going down on Sunday, April 11th from 6 p.m. Don't believe me? Get a ticket and try it. This time, you can win US $10,000. $10,000! Remember, if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. Tickets are only $10 US. And for persons playing for the first time, a special discount price awaits you. In Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com and from numerous box offices island-wide or at our main office on Brew Street Mall. If you're overseas, then tickets are only available at gotofed.com. This is the big one, and it's going down Sunday, April 11th. Join all the fun and excitement online. Play Waity Virtual Bingo. It's the new way to play. Bingo.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Your hard work, talent, and creativity, plus Flow, equals more ways to chase your dreams. Flow is connecting all of Grenada, from Point Salines to Hillsborough. with the most reliable connection on the island. So now everyone can work, study, and keep moving forward together. Visit discoverflow.co for more information.
Minister for Infrastructural Development Norland Cox said a plan to address the Molyneux slippage, which has resulted in the rerouting of the Western Main Road and impacted multiple homes and small businesses, has been approved, and work will begin in a few months. Trelana Charles has the details.
The Western Main Road project is a 26-kilometer road project which spans from the Kirani James Stadium to the St. Mark's Secondary School. Minister for Infrastructural Development Norland Cox announced during Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing that the cabinet has approved an option for responding to the slippage at Molyneux St. George. Multiple options were presented and many were turned down by cabinet, including the building of a bridge from one side to the next and the condemning of the road completely. He said the most suitable and cost-effective option was selected by the cabinet and engineers.
The option that was approved and deemed most suitable by the engineers and also the formal approval by cabinet had to do with maintaining the road where it is, moving it slightly, a slight lateral movement by a few meters, and having stabilize the upper slope and stabilize the slope all the way down to the sea in a terrace-like manner with a number of drains as well to allow for proper water movement in that area.
Minister Cox said the government will be working with the Caribbean Development Bank to begin work on the road as soon as September or October of this year.
We are happy that this option is ready. The next step is that our engineering team will engage the bank during the course of this week to present that option for the other steps to take place, which will include preliminary designs, which will take, once approved, preliminary designs will take about 2 months, and then you have final designs, which will take another 2 months. And those designs are not just only for Molyneux, but also for the entire works to be done on the Western Main Road, which will also see other slopes being stabilized as well.
A meeting will be held Wednesday evening with residents of the Molyneux area to discuss the way forward.
Myself, the engineering team, and the parliamentary rep for the Molyneux area, that is the Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Kit Mitchell, will be having a community meeting with residents to engage them, to discuss the findings of the study, to take some of the questions and concerns, and to also to give direction as we move forward. As you know, a number of persons within that area impacted, and so the social component of the project will have to treat with those matters.
Trelana Charles, GBN News.
Stay with us. Weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills & Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills & Valley, your health is our business.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's look at tonight's minimum temperature, 24 degrees Celsius. Mostly cloudy with some light to moderate evening showers expected, decreasing in cloudiness and showers as the night progresses. I'm looking forward to that type of coziness. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. No warnings at this time. Tides are low at 7 p.m. and high at 1 a.m. Looking ahead to Thursday, the sun will rise at exactly 6 o'clock and set at 6:19 in the evening. Thursday's weather is expected to be partly cloudy with few light to moderate nighttime showers. And on Friday, sunrise at 6 a.m., sunset 6:19. The weather is expected to be mostly fair with few light, brief showers. And also on the weekend, Saturday, sunrise 5:59 a.m., sunset 6:19 p.m. Partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with some light to moderate morning showers expected. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News. The Grenada Table Tennis Association joined nations around the world on Tuesday in observance of World Table Tennis Day. First organized in 2015, World Table Tennis Day, spearheaded by the International Table Tennis Federation Foundation, is celebrated annually and marks the International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. In keeping with the theme, For One, For All, the Grenada Table Tennis Association staged a day of table tennis at the Public Workers Union building on Saturday. President of the GTTA, Dr. Alistair Antwine, highlighted the long-term benefits that can be derived from playing the sport, which provides great recreation in a socially safe manner.
I'm appealing in every school. We find that the boys are taking, the lead, yes. But I want you also to encourage the girls and give them a chance to play also. those girls who are interested, is not a lot that might show the interest. In fact, in our last tournament, we only had 4 girls taking part, where we had, maybe about 40 boys. So I'm appealing to you young fellas, and not only to encourage the young ladies to play, but give them the opportunity. If they don't have a racket, lend them a racket, and so that they can get involved.
General Secretary of the Grenada Olympic Committee, Vida Bruno Victor, commended the GTTA for its efforts and initiative to encourage more people, particularly the youth, to play the sport.
So I want to encourage you to bring all of your family out with you and encourage them to play. I want to see table tennis in every school. Every school in Grenada should be playing table tennis. There's a board. It makes you, it helps you. It builds your endurance. I come here sweating with this table tennis thing. And I tell myself, well, you know what? I might want to take on roles in something. I know I can't make nothing, but I'm glad Alison said play within your limit. So you play within your limit and you're encouraged to do.
Players, officials, and friends sported printed World Table Tennis Day Be Inspired, Play the Sport t-shirts as they participated in the symbolic event. Meanwhile, Saturday's event also featured exhibition games with junior players and senior table tennis coach and former top speed national men's champion, Jason Stanislaus. The boys' 12 and under champion, 9-year-old Kain Kwan Sam, played his seniors vice president of the GTTA, Chris Campbell, as well as female competitor Amanda John. As part of the observance, junior boys and girls players highlighted posters Table Tennis for Life. Grenada celebrates World Table Tennis Day, and table tennis is a family game. On to football. Several matches have been scheduled to be contested in the GFA's National Under-19 Boys Football Tournament. The matches are carded to be played at several venues around the country.
We will have GDSS and Queen's Park Rangers at the Roy St. John Ground. Fontenoy United and Humford, they will be at Queen's Park from 5, and Sunsetters and Shamrock will be at Alton George Park. That's from 5 p.m. And then we'll have Sunjets and SCFL over at Cuthbert Peters Park from 6 p.m.
That's it for sports. Up next, Around the Globe. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is predicting a stronger than expected global recovery of 6% this year as coronavirus vaccine rollouts gather pace in wealthier countries. But economists are warning of tougher times ahead for the developing world, where COVID-19 rates are rising as vaccine distribution schemes lag there. Al Jazeera's Shahab Ratanzi reports from Washington, D.C. in the USA.
The IMF increased its projection for world economic growth in 2021 from 5.5% to 6%. As a result, it says, of trillions of dollars of pandemic stimulus and the international rollout of COVID vaccines. Global GDP had contracted 3.3% in 2020.
Over the past year,
But the IMF's chief economist is warning that almost 95 million people have fallen below the threshold of extreme poverty around the world due to the pandemic, including within industrialized nations, and developing countries remain vulnerable.
A similarly ambitious effort is now needed at the multilateral level to secure the recovery and build forward better. Without additional effort to give all people a fair shot, cross-country gaps in living standards could widen significantly, and decades-long progress in global poverty reduction could reverse.
But long-time watchers of the IMF and World Bank argue that it is precisely the policies of the IMF and World Bank that foster that income inequality, despite what in recent years has become the traditional rhetoric of concern used at the annual spring meeting.
We see the IMF's research department putting out great materials and recognizing problems like inequality and talking about an inclusive recovery and climate change and all these things that sound very good. But at the country level, if you look at the advice given and the programs, it's all the same from, decades ago. And it's just a disconnect between these two parts at the IMF.
Ahead of the meeting, hundreds of civil society groups wrote to the IMF and World Bank decrying their insistence on austerity programs that cut education and health services in developing nations in return for loans, as well as their performance on climate change, which they see as inadequate. In addition, the figures for projected economic growth released on Tuesday are all dependent on universal global access to a COVID vaccine. Yet the IMF hasn't spoken out in favor of waiving international patents on those vaccines, something the Biden administration is fighting, even though it was public money that paid for their research. Without that,
Let's recap the headlines. Protest action on the streets of St. George's Wednesday as ACB Caribbean strike escalates and public officers continue to push for their 4%. Dr. Wendy C. Grenard highlights what she believes COVID-19 uncovered as part of the 6th annual Carol Bristol Lecture Series. And also in the headlines, Barbadian Petra Roach appointed Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority. Our analyst tonight was former Tourism Director William Joseph. In Around the Globe, IMF predicting firmer footing and stronger than expected global recovery. And in new grim record, Brazil surpasses 4,000 daily COVID deaths. In sports, Grenada Table Tennis Association observes World Table Tennis Day. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.